The Campbell Soup VP was recorded saying crazy things about the company. He literally was saying that only poor people buy that soup and he doesn't eat it because it's nasty. He also said that there's bioengineered meat in it, like 3D printed meat inside the soup, and said that it's not healthy. And it really just is so amazing to see all of this happen because it's like, oh, well, you're just giving the consumer a reason to not buy your product because you actually don't even believe in your product. Yeah, you're the VP for this company, but like actually you are telling the public pretty much that the soup is poison. And obviously he probably didn't know he was being recorded, you know? But either way, that's how you genuinely feel about Campbell's Soup as the VP of the company. And then knowing that and knowing it's not healthy and knowing that the meat is engineered in a lab and 3D printed, but then to still like be the VP of the company, it's like you're just the VP because you want the money, but you don't actually care how it affects people, how it's unhealthy for people, and then literally was calling the consumer of Campbell's Soup poor. He was like, I don't buy our product because it's for poor people, pretty much is what he was saying. And it's like, oh, so you don't believe in your own product for your company and you think that it's unhealthy and you think that it's kind of toxic because there's 3D printed meat in it. And you also don't buy it because you believe that it's just for poor people, who then you're basically saying don't deserve to have anything healthy because they're poor. And so you don't care how the company is actually affecting anyone's health. Because again, your company and your product is meant for poor people. Like, do you see how that's all realistically the craziest thing ever? Like, that's actually insane. And so obviously something's probably going to happen from this. But my thing is that just proves that maybe people don't need to be eating your product. Like, and that's just going to be bad for your company. Insane.
So Campbell's Soup has 3D printed meat. And I know 'tis the season where people donate and they give canned goods and participate in food drives, but Campbell's needs to be on the boycott list immediately.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it and look at bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
And this is why we say a good portion of the things that we're experiencing in this country is a matter of a class issue versus just a race issue. These people at the top of these companies do not care about the consumer. Whether it's tech companies like Apple and how they unlawfully source things like cobalt from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, whether it's Amazon and the pay disparities that their workers are experiencing and the long hours that they are being overworked, and companies that are in charge of feeding us like Kellogg or Campbell, or fruit companies like Dole that have literally gone to places like Hawaii and Costa Rica and stolen up farmland. Do not buy Campbell's or anything that Campbell's is affiliated with.
Well, guys, there is this controversy about the Campbell soup going out online. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but right now, majority of the Americans are boycotting Campbell, following the voice record from the vice president saying that their chicken is 3D and their soup is majorly for the poor people. And that employee who recorded that voice has already been fired, and Americans need some explanation to mean this canned food that people are eating. There is something, and people need to be careful about it. So, I'm about to roll for you the clips of people how they reacted to it, because so many people are pissed off to a point that they say that let them not find any Campbell soup on their Thanksgiving dinner table in case they happen to celebrate the Thanksgiving. So, guys, welcome back to Afrojudy's channel. I really appreciate your massive love and support. So, without further ado, let's unpack this episode together, and kindly give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are coming across this channel for the very first time. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it.
And on another note, fuck Campbell Soup. Here's the thing. If they say that and they put in like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their shit, fuck that. Stop that. Somebody made a good point too about McDonald's and all these goddamn meat chains, these hamburger chains. You producing a whole lot of hamburgers. What does that meat look like? Now that I know that they are 3D printing meat, chicken and shit, fuck that. Say less. Stop going. Keep your money in your pocket. If you have to eat apples and oranges, wash them shits. But if you have to eat that shit till you figure it out, stop eating these processed foods. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about us. I'm so sick of this shit, and I'm glad it's all being exposed. If you are 3D printing chicken, you can have all that shit. They don't give a fuck about us. Don't tell them what else is in that shit. The preservatives, all this stuff. Look, honey, look, this is a time. Let me just add a little something. This is a time while we shutting down, like while we ain't doing shit from November 25th to December 2nd, take that time and do a couple of things. Be still. Eat basic shit. Explore some shit. Learn some shit. And download them Epstein files and see all them motherfuckers in there too. But with this food shit, tell me you don't give a fuck about me without telling me you don't give a fuck about me if you 3D printing chicken and beef. I don't do processed foods. Very minimum. I eat some, but now it's like, we have to stop. Because they don't care. I promise you, I think they trying to make it so that we not breathing. Because this shit here, I'm like, I don't even know how to make cream of mushroom soup, but I'm going to figure that shit out. How to make that shit from scratch. Fuck them. Who are you to think that 3D printed chicken is okay with me? Take this time to slow down and really think about what's going on around us. Let's be still. Go inside of yourself. What does your soul say? And that's where I am. I'm just slowing down because that was the most disappointing news that I had in a long time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when you think about these companies that are staples in our life, and then it's exposed that they doing some shit that's really gonna fuck us up, what does that even look like? 3D printed chicken. What does that even look like? That sound like it's going to cause cancer and we ain't going to find out about it for another fucking 30 years. They don't give a fuck about us. I am boycotting every motherfucking thing. I'm exhausted by the disrespect and they monetizing this. And this is the street that I'm walking down from now fucking on because it's got to make sense. And none of this shit makes sense. 3D printed fucking chicken. Make sure you buy chicken with the motherfucking bones in them. Because this shit here and all these major chains, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I'm going to say something that's going to sound racist and I don't mean it this way. But I have gone to some Chinese restaurants, some local Chinese restaurant. And you get someone a chicken and it don't chew right, trust that. I don't know what that is. I don't care what it is, but I'm not going to put it in my body. It's the same thing here. When one of the executives at Campbell Soup saying he don't eat that shit, bitch, I don't eat that shit either. My family deserves better than that shit, not to mention the preservatives and all the other fuck shit that's in these processed foods. Like, we have to know if it's so many ingredients in it that we don't understand. I don't know what this shit is. The ingredient list is like this, and it's all like chemicals. No, boo. We ain't doing this. We can't keep doing this. We have to do better by ourselves. Get those books that show you how to heal yourself without medicine, like the herbs and shit. Like, you know, like old people used to have this thing with the jars with the garlic and the herb and the garlics and the onions, and then had like the honey in it, things like that. Look, we have to go backwards. We have to go we have to go back to, like, to nature, natural healing. Because between these fucking people that's making our food in this healthcare industry, we are getting fucked. And I'm trying to live long. My goal, I always say, I'm gonna live to be 100 years old. I don't know why my phone keep doing this thing. But look, my goal has always been I'm gonna live to be 100. And I mean that shit. I'm relatively healthy. I don't eat a lot of processed food. Potato chips is my downfall, though. I don't eat a lot of processed food. Besides that, and potato chips are probably one of the most processed foods out here on the market. But we have to be more mindful in this season. While we shutting down, learn something, read something. Don't just be still. Don't spend your money, but also learn something in this season. Expose yourself to something. Learn something and share it. All right, that's all I got.
I had a friend once tell me, how in the world there is so much chicken in every state constantly around the world for all of these people. That changed my life forever. Because how is it so many chickens in the world? Y'all ever thought about that in your head? I ain't never thought about that. When that person said that to me, I said, you know what? I never looked at chicken the same. So here it is that an employee of Campbell's Soup Company decided to do a recording of one of the VPs of the company, recording him saying that he don't eat Campbell's and only poor people eat Campbell's, and that the chicken in Campbell's soup is bioengineered meat. And then he reported it. So now he's suing them because he got fired for $25 million. There was also a documentary, and I can't remember. It wasn't a documentary. It was a movie, and I can't remember the name of it. And I feel like, what's his name? Jamie Foxx was in the movie. Somebody tell me the name of the movie because I can't think of it right now. But he did a movie, and for some reason, they was like, they putting it in the chicken. Oh, that took me out of here. Baby, when I tell you I love a good crispy bite, crunch, fried, hard, wing it. Baby, that took me out. It's been taking me out since I've known about chicken. It has taken me out of here. Because if you know melanated people, we really crave chicken. We crave it fried hard, with some good hot sauce, drenched in hot sauce, sometimes with a good piece of white bread, okay? We like it gravied up with onions and gravy with rice. I mean, listen. But these things changed my mindset on a good chicken. That's all I'm going to say. If you are not 90, 80%, 70% fasting weekly from all food, because that's what the Lord put in my heart. That's what he's put in my spirit. Stay on them fasts, honey. Recycle that body. Clean it out. Clean it. I'm frowning because, you know, when you fast, it really gets clean. Spiritually and naturally. I mean, it goes to the depths. But I'm not trying to be deep. But all seriousness, there should be a lot to fasting and less eating. Watch other people eat. Let them do the eating. But there should be lots of fasting from this food system, if you're catching what I'm putting down. When Brother Bill decided to start tampering and putting his fingers and hands in food, that was when I said I can't. I'm already a little weirdy about meat in general. I've always been like that since day one. My mama tell you, I've side-eyed meat forever. So I can't eat too much. Too much of it wears me out. I'll be like, I don't know about that. I get my nerves. I don't know. Something about me that always been side eyed. But when Brother Bill the Gates, what's his middle name? We gotta find out his middle name. His middle name is Henry, so we gonna call him William Henry Deshaun Gates III. But when William Henry Deshaun Gates III decided to play in our food, I knew at that very moment that Henry Deshaun Gates, him playing in food, I knew then. That was when my journey, with God. Oh, I'm fasting for life at this point. Every day is a fast. I knew it. Because you're tampering with food. Your little... I knew it was over at that point. Meanwhile, y'all, what we eat has always been a little shady boots. It's always been shady boots. No wonder we all do doots. No wonder we be. No wonder it's hidden. That's it.
Well, there is something about this canned food that these big corporations are not telling us about. And people really need to be careful because you never know whatever you are eating. You might think that that is chicken inside, but it's not. You might think that that is fruit inside, but it's not even the real fruit. And so many companies have been doing this. So, from that voice record of the vice president of Campbell, it tells you everything. And if they were not serious about it, because I went to their page and read their comment, they were trying to give some excuses that no, that was just a joke. Like a joke, and you have already fired your employee who recorded that voice. If it was a joke, they couldn't have fired their employee, right? And now Americans are calling for the boycott of the Campbell, and in fact, they need some explanation because they are not sure whatever they are eating, whatever is inside the Campbell soup. If someone comes from nowhere and tells you that that chicken is 3D, to me that's not a real chicken. And many canned foods, they're playing people. They just want to promote their companies, and they want to make profit of it. They want people to shop with them, but they don't want to tell people the reality. Why don't they write all the things in the container that that container has inside, instead of lying to people? And I come to realize that in this world of today, you just need to grow your own vegetables. You have your special garden at home. If you have if you can grow maybe at the balcony, you need to grow them, because whatever we are eating, it will bring us so many diseases. So many people will have cancer. So many people will have these chronic diseases just because of these canned foods. And, my worry is, what about those people who cannot literally grow or have their gardens because of where they are living? This is a big problem. And the world is about to encounter a massive loss of people just because of this canned food. That is how they want to do away with majority of people in the world in a special way, but they are not telling us. I'm even scared of some of the canned food because by just looking at the container or opening it, there is something that is inside, and your instinct will be telling you not to eat it. And imagine you have spent your money to buy it. You've spent your time to go to shop or maybe to order online. Then at the end of the day, you just hear from a vice president of the company that whatever is inside there is 3D. Like, what can you do? Maybe there is someone who purchased a lot of it so that they can use it during the Thanksgiving. What do you think this person will do with this? And he or she has already spent dollars. buying it. Even $1 is a dollar, even $2, that's a dollar, and you worked for it, because you cannot just go outside there and start plucking dollars, or maybe you planted somewhere to go and uproot them. No, you need to go out there and work for it. And by these big corporations playing people, that's why majority of the Americans are calling for a boycott, because they can't withstand this anymore. They have been played, and now is the time to support the small businesses, the local businesses, because that's how the America is going to profit. But by supporting these big corporations, of which by the end of at the end of the day, they won't even be showing you respect. They won't even be knowing you that you've been showing with them. And when it comes to election, they will be supporting their own. They will be funding their own. They won't even be funding the homeless. They won't even be funding uh, those who need food, the street people, the street kids, the homeless people, those at the hospital who can't afford their bills. These big corporations are not ready to do that. They are only ready to get those your dollars and make sure that they are rich. And that's why now people are calling for the boycott. And remember, if this vice president said that whatever was in that can was 3D, what about all this canned food? Like, there is something people are not telling us, and it will reach a point that people will be boycotting all the canned foods, you know, because we need some explanation. And this is not only happening in the United States, it's happening across the globe. They just want to finish us. They want to do away with majority of the people so that the world can be left for them, because they themselves cannot even take whatever is inside that can. Why are they making it? Why are they selling it to people? So, guys, are you still buying the Campbell soup or any canned food? Because personally, I'm scared buying any canned food right now. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I honestly appreciate your massive love and support. Until next time, let's meet on my next episode.